Hey guys, got another firearms video here. This is almost all of my guns. I got one more to do after this one. This is the Remington 783 bolt action 270. No warning labels on the barrel. You're gonna have something here. Oh, Remington Arms Company, Huntsville, Alabama, caliber 270 Winchester. On this side, there is nothing. No warnings, and because everyone should know, as I always say, read the owner's manual before using a firearm. This is the same as my 30-06. It's just 270 caliber. We have a Bushnell 3x3x9x40 scope, which is just the factory scope that it came with when I bought it. It's got dust on it where it's been up in my room. But I'll clean all that off before I shoot it. And bolt action, of course. Flip it up. Pull back. The round would be in here if it was loaded. And then you push forward. That chambers the round into the chamber here. Push this back down until it locks. And there you go. It has an attachable 4-round magazine. It says Remington on it. And it has on here, if you can see it, does it? No, it's got 783 written on it, but you can barely see it. And then, of course, you would load your rounds in it, push in till you hear this click. There we go. Safety is right here. It is on safe. If you were to take it off safe, you would click forward, the trigger would pull. Trigger does not work in this setting. The bolt still functions as normal, so you can take your rounds in and out, test your feeding, and everything like that. The trigger, I forget what Remington calls this trigger, but it can be adjusted from 2 to 5 pounds. I don't know if that's a trigger safety there, or if it's just something that helps you to have a good trigger pull. It comes apart with that screw there, and just one screw. Yeah, just one screw holds that on. Nope, there's the other one right there. Got the Remington R right here. Now, what made me get this firearm? It was my dad. He is diehard 270. I am a 30-06 guy. I got my 30-06 right up there. And he likes this gun because he was reading a magazine before I was born about this guy that was hunting mountain goat. And he swore by the 270. And he said he saw a mountain goat. And when he looked through his scope here, the mountain goat was a speck about that tall. And he lined that shot up, squeezed that trigger, and it hit that goat and dropped it in one shot. And the 270 is basically a smaller round than 30-06. They're the same length, but the diameter is smaller for the 270. Muzzle velocities are about the same, around 2,000 feet per second out of the muzzle. And on it, the trajectory of the bullet, when it comes out of there, it does not drop. It will eventually drop, but it can travel a whole lot further before it drops. And it also keeps its energy, like it's carrying energy. It retains the energy when it hits its target. And that's what makes this such a viable round for hunting. A lot of people down here in my state, in Georgia, love the 270. I had a Savage 30-06 at one time. Awesome gun. I was going to get a Savage 270, but I couldn't find one. And I was like, I wonder why, you know? I mean, I looked all over the pawn shops. They had 270s, but they were like Rugers or Remingtons or what's that other one? Weatherby, which is really expensive. So I settled on this. Brand new was $300. Brand new in the box. And it comes with your safety stuff like the trigger lock, things like that. A chamber flag that the bolt would go into, and a little flag sticks out of here to show you that, hey, this is unloaded. The bolt will come out the same way as the 30-06 bolt. You just hold that in, and the bolt slides right out. Like that. And then you would hold this. Well, usually. There we go. And it comes right out. It's still got the grease on it. I gotta clean this thing. This thing's pretty much new. There's your bolt face. Very cool little weapon, man. It's a very cool weapon. See if I can get this back in here with it laying down. Can I do it? No, I'll have to pick it up and do it. We'll lay this over here. So, and now you could access your bore for cleaning. Go all the way down it with a cleaning rod. Right there's your lock. Well, right there's your lock that your bolt sits into to lock it in place. Here's the scope. Can you look down the scope? Yeah, you can. If I can get to the right angle, you can see the crosshair. Right there is where it would be to open up. And she is accurate, boy. There's the recoil pad that has the R on it. Very spongy. It's a very nice recoil pad. This is a budget rifle. They're not meant to, you know, some rifles like this can be up thousands of dollars. This is for the hunter on a budget that really loves a 270. I mean, you can get them all day for $300, brand new. You find them used for $189, $289 is the most that I've seen them used for. And so I got this gun, and I got it home, got ammo for it, and got it home. I was going to take it outside and shoot to make sure the scope hits where I want it to hit. And I shot 2 rounds. Well, I had some neighbors over here that weren't too happy about my shooting my 270. They come over and they tell me, hey man, you gotta like warn somebody before you go pulling the trigger on something like that. You scared us to death, and my mom was terrified, you know, gonna have a heart attack or something like that. And we have kids around here, and we want everybody to be safe. We don't want nobody getting hurt. The guy acted like I was gonna walk over in his house and murder them all. And I was like, dude, I'm just out here to make sure my scope hits where I want it to hit in case I have to go hunting because we can't afford to get food. You never know when something like that might happen. But he thought I was gonna like go on a rampage with this thing. And when you shoot these guns, man, you're only gonna shoot maybe 1 round to drop your deer or whatever it is you're hunting and be done for the day. You're not gonna shoot more than 2 rounds. Usually. Sometimes you might get a third one off if the deer or whatever you're hunting doesn't get away from you. But like, man, I would never hurt nobody with this. It's got sling studs. So you can put you a sling on it if you want to have your strap to carry it through the woods. And I told the guy, you know, I am super safe when it comes to firearms. There is no intent to harm anybody when I'm out here in my yard shooting my guns. I mean, he really hated me, I'm sure, when I fired that big 300 Win Mag up there off the first time. But man, there's not a lot I can say about the 270 because I'm not too familiar with it as far as ballistics go, other than what my dad told me. And when I was little, I had like a lot of medical problems. I was born premature. And my dad had a very intense collection of guns. And he sold a lot of those guns off to fund mine and my sister's medical bills because the doctors wanted the money right then, or we weren't going to get the treatments that we needed. And my mom bought him a Smith & Wesson 44 Magnum that she gave $600 for at the time. This is back in 1987 for Christmas. And they're telling them, the doctors are saying, like, we need this money. We need at least $250 up front to do what we got to do. And my dad said, I'll be back. And my mom's like, where are you going? He said, I'm going to go sell my gun. But I got you that for Christmas. And he said, I can get another gun. I can't get another kid. And that's what I mean about guns and value. See, he took it to the pawn shop, laid it up on the counter. I need $250 for this. And the guy looked at the gun for like a half a second. Okay, done. Here you go. Thank you. You can get your money back out of most firearms. Now, the 300 Win Mag I had before, the Browning that I had, I didn't get my money back, really, but I was trading it towards a guitar. So when you trade something, you're going to get less. If you sell it to them, they're going to give you usually what you ask. They might get a little bit cheaper on you because they got to make money on it too. But this thing is just cool. And it's loud. God, man, it's loud. My dad shot his that he had without ear protection. You should always use ear protection. And he went deaf for 5 seconds in both ears. It just closed them up. Because like I said before, the faster that round comes out of here, the bigger bang you get. But this gun, I might trade it off. You know, at some point, if someone has something cool they want to trade for. But I don't know. I really do like it. I mean, it's a cheaper rifle. This is all plastic. And this color is supposedly called Desert Sun or something like that. Or Sandstorm or something like that. And that's why I got this, because it's not black. Like my evil black 30-06 there. And the scope works the same as 30-06. You would take those covers off to adjust your elevation and windage for your scope if it's off. I don't know if it has a zoom. Yeah, it does. The zoom is right here. You turn this and that zooms it in and out. But I can't believe my neighbor, man. One thing I think, this is just me spitballing here. If it got bad enough that people need help because people are getting crazy in your neighborhood because they can't afford to get what they need for their families, those guys over there that got mad at me are going to be coming here for help, protection. You know, we got all these guns in the house. Please help us. While they're over here asking for help from us, the people that are looting or whatever it may be are going to be cleaning those guys out in their house. And the guy said, I like guns too, you know, but I don't just walk out and shoot stuff. And I was like, I love guns. And I don't walk out here every day blasting thousands of rounds because, man, ammo price, I can't afford that. The ammo for this used to be about $18 a box. You get 20 rounds. And now it's $29 a box. That 300 up there, $40 a box. 30-06, $30 a box. 9mm, $30 a box. 45 is $35 a box. 357, $40. 44 Magnum is $50. Ammo price is insane. And they're talking about, today I saw on YouTube, they were talking about the high cap magazines that hold more than 10 rounds. They're about to ban those. Not these guys, because they only hold 4. And 4 rounds is really more than enough for anything you need to do. And this rifle, the 270, is more than enough in my state, in Georgia, and then 30-06 is more than enough. 300 Win Mag up there is a little bit much. You're pushing it. But that's what I have to say about this gun. It's really cool, and it's fun to shoot. It does kick. It does kick pretty good. That's interesting. My dad had a Savage 270 when I was a kid, and I can remember him walking out on our back porch, because we lived back then. We lived 1.5 miles back in the woods. There was nobody around us. And he'd walk out on the front porch with his 270, pull the trigger, boom, you know, come back in the house, not shoot for another month. And when I got older, I asked him about that. And he said that gun, he was sighting it in with the scope to get the scope on the way it's supposed to hit. He shot it 3 times and his shoulder was bleeding. It kicked so hard. And it had impressions of the recoil pad on his shoulder. This one, I've shot 2 rounds out of, and it hurts, and it knocks you around a little bit, but it's not unbearably painful. Really nice gun. I thank you guys for watching, and this is for the subscriber that asked about my firearms. I kind of lacked off those videos for a little bit, but this one I had to put up, because I'm almost done with my guns. And then I'll get the 22 rifle I have put up, and we'll be done. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. And subscribe if you feel the need. It would be appreciated. And take care of yourselves out here. And take care of your own. The first rule of survival is taking care of your own. That's another thing about gun ownership that I want to mention real quick. If you want to get a gun to protect yourself, be it a handgun, shotgun, whatever, always have that in mind. Don't get a firearm to scare someone with. I'm just going to, wave it at them and they'll scare them away. Not always. That's not always the case. Because you get the wrong one, they're going to call your bluff on it, and you're not mentally prepared for what's going to happen next. And taking care of your own, man, like, you never know. Someday, this world may get bad enough that you need these firearms for food, for protection, and you may end up having to shoot someone that's come to take everything you have, and they're going to take it because they can't get it anywhere else. They'll take it by any means necessary, and you might have to shoot someone that's just trying to get food for their family. I pray to God that never happens. I don't ever want to pull the trigger on any of my firearms on no one. Target practice. Or this, I'd pull a trigger on a deer or an elk. Something like that, but I would never, ever want to have to do that to a person. So be safe with your firearms. Take care of yourselves out here. Put the right ammo in your guns. And follow the gun safety rules. Treat every firearm as if it is loaded at all times. Do not point the muzzle at anything that you are not willing to destroy. And then be sure of your target and to be sure of what's beyond your target, because this rifle has a little more range than that 30-06 right here. This thing can get out 500-600 yards easy, as long as there's nothing in front of that bullet to stop it. So take care, everybody, and I appreciate you guys watching.